Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. These terms and other restrictions apply. See Cricket.
Hey, Kmecik to all my friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Your heart beats for generations.
Your heart is so many things. It beats all the time, and it works very hard to keep you moving through your day, keeping your thoughts clear. It's the most important organ in your body.
Every beat of your heart tells a story of love, resilience, and hope. Taking care of your heart means creating more moments with the ones you cherish. Learn more at hennepin.us/heart-beats. That's hennepin.us/heart-beats.
Have you considered a career in the museum field? The Minnesota Historical Society is now accepting applications for its Native American Museum Fellowship. The 10-week summer program is a mix of workshops, seminars, and hands-on internships at the Minnesota Historical Society. It is open to undergraduate students, recent graduates, and community scholars with an interest in museums and heritage studies. Learn more and apply now at mnhs.org/NAI.
Support for Native Roots Radio comes from the Walker Art Center, an art space that's more than the spoon and cherry. Galleries celebrate contemporary visual art, including Indigenous artists like Edgar Heap of Birds, Cheyenne and Arapaho Nation, and Jim Demini, Ojibwe. Additionally, films screen in the cinema, and performances are shown on stage. Free every Thursday night and free every day for members and citizens of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org. Again, that's walkerart.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. A winter storm warning is in effect. Rain and snow changing over to all snow with a low of 27. Then Wednesday, patchy blowing snow with a high of 31. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lyndale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hit me cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kmecik to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Chujunk, it's your birthday, and we want to celebrate it, and, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, Dega. I want to shout out JS Bean Factory off Randolph Avenue in St. Paul for sponsoring this portion of the show. Only the good stuff keeps us awake.
We are awake, and happy birthday. And how does it feel being, what are you, 18, 19 years old now?
No, but it kind of still feels that way, doesn't it?
No.
I am the big 27 today. 20 y tres.
Wow, 27. That's great. Mm-hmm. That's a milestone.
It definitely is.
Good for you. And, anything special? I know you had a Rock'em Sock'em birthday party this last weekend. We got big snow coming, and we have some people from MnDOT to help us out today. But
yeah,
any big plans?
Luckily, I was able to enjoy the sunshine and the 40-degree temperatures on Sunday. We did a little friend get-together. So shout out to my friends for showing up for me, as they always do. And we had some good food. We had some sweets. We did a little bonfire at the St. Croix River. So yeah, that was great. I booked a little birthday trip to see my other friend who just moved to Washington State, actually. So I feel like maybe I did that and then brought the rain here today. I don't know.
Oh, when you leaving, do I have to hire someone to pick up the slack here? What?
No, I made sure to do a weekend trip.
Oh,
So
bless you.
we'll be
You.
gone. I'm excited though. I've never been to Washington State, so I'm gonna check out a couple of the national parks up there in the Seattle area.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been to Washington State. And Wendy lived there and she likes to bring that up every once in a while. And
cool.
hopefully she's not listening to the show, but she only lived there for like a year and a half. But it must have been a big deal because she brings it up all the time.
Hey, I mean, if I lived over there, I would bring it up all the time too, even if it was for a month. I've been to Seattle once and it was just in the airport. So kind of excited to go explore a little bit more.
I know the feeling. I've been to LA in just the airport during COVID.
Wow, really? Oh, during COVID too.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we'll have to go back to California together. I was thinking about Ruth Ann Thorne, who we had on last Wednesday, and she was talking to Arvina and I about how many federally recognized tribes are in one county alone out there in California, and it was like 18.
Yeah. Well, that was crazy. And again, that show was excellent that you hosted with Arvina. And I was listening to it and I got FOMO. So I almost jumped on and joined in the conversation. But you guys did a great job. And again, a big peenie gigi. Hey, just a quick thing before we get to our guest here. 50 protests in 50 states. Tonight is the orange one's going to be speaking to the Senate, and hopefully either they walk out or they boo him. They got to do something. This last action at the Capitol was today, March 4th, and I'm waiting for updates on that. I know the news had video up there, which was excellent, and it looked like a good crowd. But I have a friend of mine who she was there, and I'm going to try and get a report from her.
Oh, awesome. I did not know that was going on too. I want to shout out too, while we were talking about Ruth Ann Thorne, I remembered that This is Indian Country started airing on FNX, First Nations Experience. If you look that up, you can watch This is Indian Country. And Ruth Ann did the producing and hosting of the 12-part docuseries. So
yeah, she had a heck of a crew, and I think I might be in there in the interview, but I know like Misko is in there dancing.
Yeah.
That's when we first opened up the store in downtown Minneapolis when Misko and I think Jelaine was the manager, but for sure Misko was managing that first year. And
yeah. So kind of like Minneapolis based, I think, for the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, let's get our friend Ruth Anna Buffalo on, and it's funny, she is, the CEO and president of Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center here in the Twin Cities and all over. And Ruth Ann, good to see you.
Hi. Yeah. Matsigadats. Thank you for having me. Good to see you both.
Yes, we were talking about Ruth Ann Thorne, who's a TV personality, and then we have Ruth Anna Buffalo on, and I was all confused because I was texting her and I thought I was talking to you, and Ruth, it's rough getting old. I just got to tell you that.
No worries. I know, like when I heard you say Ruth Ann too, because like back home, a lot of family, community members call me Ruth Ann too, so no problem. But yeah, it kind of caught me by surprise there too. When I heard Ruth Ann being referenced, I was like, what? I did what?
Well, if nothing else, our show is very confusing, and we've been doing this for 9 years, so I guess we'll keep it that way.
Yeah, stay consistent. Hey, just kidding.
Hey, so how we got a big storm here. I don't know if you're in the Twin Cities right now, but we got like 6 to 8 inches happening this, and I got to move my car and take out the trash, so I'm not scared of afraid of the snow. But we got something coming up here, and I know you guys at Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center really help the homeless, and I know they're going to need to take shelter. It's going to get snowy and cold again.
Yeah, yep. I'm in the Twin Cities area, and the emergency warming center is open overnight tonight and then ending tomorrow at 3:00. But we had our second Tuesday Resource Connect, and it's going very well. We provide breakfast and lunch, and then service providers come on site and help get just make connections with the unsheltered and help get connected to resources, and it's been going pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds great. And whenever you bring up some of the resources that you guys have, I'm always my ears are perked up, waiting to hear that cakewalk again that you had a long time ago. I can't wait to try and get into that.
Yeah, for sure. We're looking forward. We got to start. Getting geared up for the American Indian Month in May. With the open houses and the parade, we're reigning champs from 2024, and so I've been told that there's a few people that are, eyeballing or going for our traveling trophy. So we so we're feeling the pressure. No, it's all in good fun, but yeah, we definitely will look forward to hosting another open house and having a cakewalk. And speaking of cake, my staff surprised the family at MIWRC surprised me with a cake today. It's my 1-year anniversary of being a part of Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
Congratulations.
That's a big
Thank you.
congratulations. We were able to, Haley and I were able to go, I don't know if it's the exact same day, but we went down there when you were introduced to the community and for that event. And I don't know if it's the same date, but we were able to make that and really excited because we know all the great work you do, and we're excited that you're here in the Twin Cities helping out our community.
Thank you, Madzigidads. Yeah, it doesn't seem that long ago. The staff were asking, for a speech and stuff, and asking how the first year has gone, and it really doesn't seem that long at all. So, yeah, I'm just really proud and happy to be a part of the team.
Well, we're here with Ruth Anna Buffalo, Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center President and CEO, and we're going to take a quick break here and then maybe catch up on what else is going on at the Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center and see if Ruth is still hitting the basketball court. Oh, wow.
Right on.
Right on. Hey, we'll be right back. This is Native Roots Radio.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Did you know that the Walker has a cinema that shows film almost every week? From artist talks, genre-defined performances, and world premieres to archival shorts and experimental soundscapes, the Walker Cinema explores all modes of global and local filmmaking. Get your first ticket for free. Visit walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. See you at the movies. walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. Have you considered a career in the museum field? The Minnesota Historical Society is now accepting applications for its Native American Museum Fellowship. The 10-week summer program is a mix of workshops, seminars, and hands-on internships at the Minnesota Historical Society. It is open to undergraduate students, recent graduates, and community scholars with an interest in museums and heritage studies. Learn more and apply now at mnhs.org/NAI.
I love the Toyota Sienna Hybrid from Rudy Luther Toyota. Safe, roomy, comfortable, and insanely fuel efficient. One thing I haven't mentioned is how good the Sienna is at winter driving. We just had a snowstorm and my Sienna handled the ice and snow no problem. From getting through the plow pile at the end of the driveway to safely navigating the snow-covered highways. The Sienna is designed to give you a comfortable, safe drive. When winter weather hits, I give myself extra time, but with Sienna's handling and heated seats, extra time is great. Test drive a Sienna today at Rudy Luther Toyota, 394 and 169 in Golden Valley.
Hi, I'm Jane Fonda, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Native American Community Clinic on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis, honoring health and tradition.
Yes, they do. Hey, we are here with Ruth Anna Buffalo, Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center here in the Twin Cities, President and CEO. And before I get into the official questions, Ruth Anna, you've been still hooping?
Sorry, what was that?
She was hooping right there.
Are you still hooping?
Yeah, we found another league to get in. So yeah, we are a glutton for punishment. No, just kidding. Or however that saying goes. But yeah, we are the same team. Leah. I always get it. Leah Hell. I don't know why I want to say Leia like Princess Leia, but Leah Hell. She coordinated the team that I played with. Maya and my oldest daughter, had played on this past season, and so that season ended, and then now we're gonna jump in another league too. That's gonna start this spring.
So you got the skyhook going? Are you skyhook, or
I haven't done that yet. I mean, I used to back in the day, but no, I should definitely work on that for sure.
Wow, awesome. Well, hey, I got a couple questions, and one of them is, how did the Eagle Feather Workshop go last week?
It went really, really well. Yeah, it was good to see community members and to see Juanita. Yeah, it was just very beautiful, well-attended event for sure.
So do you have another event like that coming up soon? Because there's events here that I want to make, and I know there's a limited amount of signing up to, or limited amount of space, I should say.
Yeah, we have the medicine making bag session March 20th. And then we also have something new that the staff are trying. Is a kids night out to sort of give parents free time to go run errands or do different healthy activities. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Chihuahua or the Boston Terrier is like choking over, they're drinking their water kind of too fast, but yeah, they're okay though. But so yeah, there's and then last Friday, MIWRC, the traditional healing and traditional birthing team, hosted a family night as well, and there was storytelling and home cooked meal and singing and dancing. So it's been good. Yeah, there's lots of opportunity to stop by and get connected, of course, to resources and just to also connect with each other as community members for sure.
Well, I know you and help the community with resources. Again, I would really love, before I forget, because I'm getting old to have a good memory, but it's short. If you could let people know how they could donate to your organization and know more about it.
Sure. If you go to our website, miwrc.org, donate, there's a big tab that says donate. As soon as you click on our website, there'll be front and center a big donate tab. Otherwise, it's our website /donate. Also from our website, you'll get linked up to like LinkedIn, our LinkedIn of MIWRC, also our Facebook page and our Instagram page.
Well, when you're looking to do some fundraising, I know Haley and I would definitely do the dunk tank, right, Haley?
Oh gosh, like sit in there ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, anything for Ruth Anna.
Yeah, I have a story about those dunking booths. Yeah, my son, the oldest son, he had fun one of the summers. We were back home in Mandaree, and yeah, he, for the staff employee appreciation day, he was really like getting like on target with the dunking booth, and he was just a little guy back then, but he was, I think the head of our finance department, or the comptroller, was in the booth, and he just kept getting dunked by my son, and he was tiny little guy at the time too, so it was cute.
Well, he can wing it now, though. He's a baseball player, right?
Yeah, he grew up playing baseball. His dad's a baseball player. His grandpa played in the one of those leagues, professional leagues. But yeah, there's definitely in the bloodlines on his my husband, his dad's side of the family.
Well, and then you're athletic too, so both sides of the family. So yeah.
Yeah, I played best I could do, and it was play softball, softball league at Bismarck when I used to work at United Tribes.
Jeez, that's funny. So, what else do we got going on here? It's gonna be cold again and snowy, and you guys do so much great work for the community. I know it's. I just can't say enough when we do happen to have you, and it's right in our face too that we're gonna have some weather again.
Yeah, we're open overnight, and we're closing, 3 p.m. tomorrow. And so yeah, we'll be, providing meals and services, warm place to be for the unsheltered relatives or relatives. Sometimes people will come in, eat, get warm, and leave. And so definitely trying to find long-term solutions to the unsheltered opioid crisis. But I'm
Mhm.
super thankful for all the people who've been doing the work to address the issue for years. And so MIWRC is happy to continue partnering. But yeah, definitely upstream solutions, long-term solutions are needed. MIWRC is also, proud partner in the planning and group group planning strategic sessions for an American Indian Birth Center. So we're a part of the Birth Justice Collaborative, and we're a proud partner. And from a public health perspective, we see the disparities that you cannot deny um, based off of statistics or what is reported. There's great need for more care and attention and improvement of healthcare delivery in different systems. And so, as a public health, professional, as a master of public health, in my training and things, we learn a lot about the disparities that exist, and such a great need for more attention and more care given to healthcare delivery processes that oftentimes aren't the friendliest and welcoming to the American Indian population. So we have to work together to find solutions. And um, giving birth is such a beautiful, sacred time, and it should be handled
Mhm.
with the love and care. And so we're really proud to be a part of those efforts. So it's all connected, to everything that we do, and trying to help improve the quality of life for everyone, for sure.
Well, I got to tell our audience too. We're really proud to have Ruth Anna Buffalo on, and she's a former state representative, correct? Or was it senator? I always wanted,
State House rep. Yep. Former
I
North
wanted you to
Dakota.
be senator. That's what it was. I wanted you to be senator. Yeah, and also, when the government calls here in Minnesota, I didn't get the call last Thursday to have dinner with the governor, but I know a few key people did, and possibly Ruth was at Owamni having a meal with the governor, maybe. Hmm.
I was at Owamni.
Hey, good one. So, we are just really happy to have you. You're legit. You have always been legit, and we're really blessed to have you on the show. I want to give you like a couple minutes here left in the segment to talk about anything you want to talk about.
Yeah, I think, just the importance of taking time to nurture, just take time to take care of yourself and others, especially during these times. And last night I was able to build a fire and went through like
Yeah.
a whole bundle of wood. And so yeah, it was like a nice time to reflect and to stay grounded. And yeah, I just will try probably do that more often. It's just good to take time to pause and to sort
Mhm.
of reset. I think it's so important, even social media fasts or cleanses or news fasts or cleanses too is important, and to just really nurture ourselves with like goodness and take time to pause. But yeah, I'm just super thankful to be alive and to be helping, give back to community. I lived here years ago when I believe I was 20, spent a whole year in Minneapolis, lived off of Cedar Avenue. But I was a youth worker, youth leadership development program at DIW years ago, and yeah, I'm just thankful to be on this earth to help where we can. And I think it's all of our responsibility to do what we can to be good to one another, and yeah, just continue to be good to one another.
Yeah, definitely. And your beautiful family. It's great that you do take time to take care of yourself and your family. That's so important.
Mods, good odds. Thank you. Yeah, we have fur babies too, so yeah, they
Yeah,
require a
little
lot of time
chihuahua.
and attention. Yeah.
We had two chihuahuas, and one of them, she'd sleep with us, and whenever I move, she'd bite me in the head. And we miss her. We miss little Nikki. We love the chihuahua. Ruth Anna Buffalo, a big peony gigi for being on as always and taking care of our community and taking care of yourself. It's a big deal, and I appreciate you on.
Mods, good odds.
We'll see you soon. Hey, what do we got up next, Haley?
Hey, we got a couple friends from MnDOT, Minnesota Department of Transportation.
That's going to be great because we'll be able to talk about the roads and now are going to be a little slippery and the plowing and the whole 9 yards and jobs and everything. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back after this short break.
Stay with us.
Progressive change doesn't just happen. It takes dedication and a lot of hard work. 25 years ago, the DataBank pioneered a new generation of software tools for progressive organizations here in Minnesota. Since then, thousands of organizations have used the DataBank to create progressive change. Today, the DataBank continues to help progressive organizations like AM 950. To have the DataBank help your organization build capacity and create more change, text CHANGE to 612-540-0500 or go to thedatabank.com. The DataBank, a quarter century of dedication and hard work for progressive organizations.
All of us want to make a difference. As veterans, we committed to protect our country. We served and sacrificed for the things that mattered most. Those experiences shaped our lives. Now we're husbands, wives, parents, and friends. And sometimes we forget that the biggest challenge can be asking for support. The Veterans Crisis Line is here for veterans. Dial 1-800-273-8255 and press 1. It matters.
Do you remember that invincible feeling you used to have? The boundless energy, the clarity of mind, the effort with which you faced every challenge? What if you could feel that again? If you ever took a biology class and heard the term mitochondria, this is the powerhouse of each of your body's cells, and this is where energy is created to do all the things we do. The demands of modern life, such as stress, aging, and environmental toxins, decrease our mitochondrial function, and we experience things like decreased energy, brain fog, and we generally feel exhausted. At Hypercharge Wellness Centers, our treatments offer gateways to rediscover your lost essence, to feel alive, invigorated, and whole once more. Call or go online to schedule your free introductory session valued at $200 today. This is your opportunity to feel the difference for yourself. No matter where you are in the Twin Cities, there is a convenient location near you. Visit hyperchargeclinic.com now. That's hyperchargeclinic.com. Hypercharge is hope.
This is Chad, owner of AM 950 for Snap Construction again. Does your home feel colder than it should with the furnace constantly running? Or do certain rooms always feel colder than the rest of the house? Those are signs the attic in your home may need an insulation upgrade. Snap Construction can help by providing a free energy audit for your home's insulation. The average cost of getting new insulation can cost much less than a new furnace. Plus, Snap Construction is a BPI certified installer. That means if you use Snap for your next insulation project, you qualify for up to $650 in total rebates from your energy provider. After my free inspection, my insulation upgrade was completed within a few weeks and the rebate check was in the mail. Snap to it and reduce your heating bill this winter with Snap Construction. Call 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP for your free energy audit when you mention AM 950. Snap Construction, arguably the most well-reviewed exterior contractor and insulation company in the metro.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. We have families waiting for a car. You know, over 85% of unemployed are successful in finding and keeping a job if they have dependable transportation. A car plus a job equals a life changed. 612-919-5526. We have families waiting for a car. 919-5526 or autotech.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. A winter storm warning is in effect. Rain and snow changing over to all snow with a low of 27. Then Wednesday, patchy blowing snow with a high of 31. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lyndale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com. You're listening to AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Native American Community Development Institute, or NACD, in Minneapolis.
Hey, we have some guests from Minnesota Department of Transportation. We like to call that MnDOT here in Minnesota. Sara and James. And Sara, you want to introduce yourself, and then we'll have James introduce himself. Welcome to Native Roots Radio.
Hi, thank you for having us. My name is Sara Rice, and I am affiliated with the White Earth Tribe, and I am from the Twin Cities area. My position with MnDOT is a transportation program specialist, and an average day consists of designing construction plans and determining the placement of electronic signs and cameras along the freeway. Additionally, I also make maps for the state so we can determine the age of our equipment.
Wow, cool. Welcome. And James, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good evening. I'm James Kmecik from Duluth, Minnesota, and I'm a transportation generalist, or a plow driver in the winter and highway maintenance in the summer.
Well, James, welcome, and welcome, Sara. And one of the things we were kind of jokingly about is that it's going to be snowing a lot here, and it really isn't a joke here in Minnesota. And, you know, we have our great plowers come out, and you need to stay way behind them and all those things. So it's good to have you on, and I just want to say a big Peenigigi thank you for what you do, because it's so important, and we see that when we see other states that aren't used to snow or ice, and really it isn't a pretty situation where we really handle it well here, James, in Minnesota.
I understand. It's challenging out there as it is.
Yeah. So again, you know, maybe you could give us a little background on some proper etiquette with plow drivers, because I know one thing about Minnesota is Minnesotans are like me. They have a good memory, but it's short, and they forget how to drive sometimes when we get snow.
Yeah, we see that a fair amount, but you know, the big thing is if you see lights, you know, treat it like it's an emergency vehicle. I know there's a state statute that helps to try to guide for law enforcement and ambulance and fire trucks and any, you know, emergency vehicles. That's the biggest thing. If you see us, take a breath and slow down, give us a wide berth of area to do our job, because we can move from one lane to the other so quick. And if we can't see you, that's where things can get into a sticky situation.
Absolutely. And people remember that and listen, especially guys that are listening to the show in the car. Hey, Sara, how did you get involved with MnDOT as a transportation program specialist? Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so I was a college student, and I threw my name in the hat for a student worker position. And I was very fortunate enough to be accepted into that role. And it started off monitoring cameras on the freeway. And then eventually with my GIS skills, geographic information systems, I was able to make maps and learn more about the state and how I could use my talent. And it just grew into me being there 5 years now.
So when you make a map, can you tell us a little bit about that? So is there new roads, or are they or new maps, or tell us a little bit about map making. Oh, that was hard to say, Haley.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't make the maps that they hand out to people in public. I do more internal maps. So it just consists of going out in the field and GPSing sometimes where our equipment are, so we can just know how some of our assets like fiber or cameras or the electronic signs, how old they are. So then we can keep it up to date so the public can have the benefit of seeing it on 511 and knowing that all of our equipment is up to date and good to use.
You know, I got to say this because I drive a lot in Wisconsin, but there's some clever sign in Madison. They're pretty funny. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I saw one yesterday that kind of said, "Pay attention," which is what we should be doing. But I thought that was kind of funny. They're always trying to in Wisconsin, and we're on Wisconsin too. We're on 30 stations, Wisconsin too. So I got to give them some credit too. It's pretty amazing. Their signs are kind of, double entendres and kind of funny.
Yeah.
Who comes up with the messaging for the signs? Like, whose role is that?
I know it goes through a lot of chain of commands to how what gets approved. I mean, you can't just write anything.
Right.
So
we wanted to get one that said "Happy Birthday" to Haley because it's Haley's birthday. So that's what we were getting at.
Those are so cool. I see some of the great signs though out there, and yeah, they are pretty clever.
Yeah, Message Mondays.
Oh, we didn't know. Tell us a little bit about that before I get to Jim on his next question.
I don't know what else to add. It's just I have noticed that they usually are out on Monday.
Oh, it's a new message on Monday?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, Jim, you get to operate a big snowplow, which is much needed, of course, in the state, especially the northern towns. How did you get involved first with MnDOT and then advance to plowing?
Well, it's funny you ask, because I was just driving by the truck station up in Pike Lake, just on top of the hill of Duluth one day, and they had the signs, those electronic signs that said plow drivers needed and call this number. So I literally pulled over after I got through the intersection and called up, and I spoke with Jeannie from HR, and I said, "Tell me more." And that was July of 2021. And the end of September, I started and have been driving plow trucks and all sorts of other heavy equipment ever since then, and really enjoy it.
So, James, did they trained you, helped you get the proper licensing?
Yeah, they helped and trained me. I did have some experience with the United States Navy Seabees. I was in the military for 24 years prior to that. Oh. So I had some heavy equipment exposure and, repair and maintenance experience. And I think it just all kind of compiled into a good fit for where I'm at in today's world.
Wow. Well,
thank you for your service.
Haley beat me to it. Yeah, Big Peony Gee, thank you for your service. We didn't realize that. That's a really cool thing. So would you tell our native community, and we have a lot of course, our white allies listening to the show, that MnDOT's a great place to work?
Yes. The funny thing is the opportunities for someone just getting started in the workforce to get into an entry-level opportunity, a lot like with how Sara kind of started. There's even, different avenues for, every facet almost of the workforce. And that's the one thing you can gain your experience, expand your skills to advance a career in a life. And there is a large group of Indigenous employees within MnDOT, and they too can provide you with a little bit of direction if you just ask. And that's kind of what I've, experienced. And I'm actually still trying to, learn more as I go. I mean, just over 3 years now, and there is a large opportunity to see all the different ins and outs of MnDOT. So I would strongly encourage anybody, especially natives. Got a great benefit package, and you advance in pay pretty fast, at least in my career field. In 3 years' time, I've seen over an $8 an hour pay raise. So they want to keep you on, keep your interest. And I think the biggest thing I see with, anybody, but, for, people like myself, and I've got a couple of coworkers, Jeremy Amazmaki, he's out of Fond du Lac here, just out by Cloquet, and he and me get along real well, being, native. And we have such a fun time, and we, have so much variety in the work, from day to day that can happen. So that's a real appealing thing, I think, to kind of keep your interest and, help your career be enjoyable one as you move forward and up.
Wow, great information. I wanted to ask you, I'm going to get back to you again, Sara, but I wanted to ask you about the plow that you drive. It has a special name. Could you tell our audience about this?
Yes, and another Native American, he was driving the truck before me, so I'm honored to be able to take over the truck. The name of my plow truck is called Giiwedin, and it represents north wind in Ojibwe. And it's kind of a cool thing, to have, just that little bit more of a connection, so hopefully anybody who happens to see the Giiwedin Northwind truck out there on Highway 33, you'll know a little bit more about that truck now. It's it's a pretty cool truck.
That's cool, James. Is the name on the plow, or is it on the front of the above the window, or where's the name on it?
Yeah, it's on the side, on each side of the box of the truck. That's, I think, primarily where they focus all the titles for the truck and names and stuff. So
cool.
We're kind of fortunate to have two named trucks in our shop. We do have another one called the Duck Orange truck. So
okay, that's not as sacred as Giiwedin, I'll tell you, but that's a good one. Oh, wow.
It's good entertainment for the youth. I think it catches their eye. And,
heck, I just laughed.
Yeah, it gets all the kids in us.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Sara, I'm back with you here. What surprised you the most as a native about working with MnDOT, given that they are a state agency?
Oh gosh, just to piggyback off what James said, is the opportunity. There is so much opportunity available. With whether you're with the environmental stewardship group or even the Indigenous community with MnDOT, there is so many people to meet, so many things to learn, and every day you go in knowing you're going to learn something new. So it's awesome.
That's very cool. We're going to get deep into that, Sara, and we got another segment with you too. We're with Sara and James with the Minnesota Department of Transportation, MnDOT, here in Minnesota, and good timing to talk about your job and availability, and with the snow coming. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio, and we'll be right back after this short message.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with MNDOT. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. MNDOT dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune into MNDOT on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950. Support for Native Roots Radio comes from the Walker Arts Center, an art space that's more than the spoon and cherry. Galleries celebrate contemporary visual art, including Indigenous artists like Edgar Heap of Birds, Cheyenne and Arapaho Nation, and Jim Demini, Ojibwe. Additionally, films screen in the cinema, and performances are shown on stage. Free every Thursday night and free every day for members and citizens of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org. Again, that's walkerart.org.
Do you have a vehicle you no longer need? Are you a little cash strapped? Rudy Luther Toyota will pay you for your used vehicle. It's really simple. Head to rudyluthertoyota.com, answer a few simple questions, and Rudy Luther Toyota will get you an instant offer. Then they will set up an appointment, and after a quick verification, they will handle all the paperwork and coordinate getting you your check. It's that simple. It's a fast way for you to get rid of the vehicle you no longer need, putting money in your hands. For more information, head to rudyluthertoyota.com. That's rudyluthertoyota.com.
Have you considered a career in the museum field? The Minnesota Historical Society is now accepting applications for its Native American Museum Fellowship. The 10-week summer program is a mix of workshops, seminars, and hands-on internships at the Minnesota Historical Society. It is open to undergraduate students, recent graduates, and community scholars with an interest in museums and heritage studies. Learn more and apply now at mnhs.org/NAI.
Hi, this is Governor Walz. Thank you for listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
In this portion of the show, we like to bring awareness to our Minnesota wolf population. Say no to the hunts. How?
We know the Lieutenant Governor is part of the wolf clan, so we like howling here on Native Roots Radio, Haley.
For sure.
Hey, I know you got a question, Haley, about the Native Stewardess group. Do you mind asking our guest, Sara and James?
Yeah, well, I think before we went to the break here, we're with MnDOT, a couple crew from the Minnesota Department of Transportation, and I think Sara was talking a little bit about the Native inclusion in with MnDOT. And can you tell us a little bit about the Native Stewardship group that they have?
So I was introduced by, I accidentally came across, I don't know if it was like a posting or something on our intranet. And I reached out and someone got me in contact with our Indigenous group at work. And I joined, and Wabin has been, and everyone in the group is so kind, and it really lifts my spirit every time I attend a meeting. And I don't know, I just kind of just became a great part of work.
So is it during work, or is it after work, or lunch?
I think it's mainly during lunch hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll have like lunch and learn sessions where you can they'll have someone come in and speak and present, and you can take part and listen if you can. But yeah, I just started a couple of months ago with the group, and I love it.
Wow, that's awesome. And James, you're probably out too much driving around to be able to participate in this group.
It has been challenging, I can admit, to be a part of this group. Being a veteran, there's also a Veterans Employees Resource Group that I'm a part of too, and that it's difficult. But once the snow and ice season, we call it, end, I think that's around the 25th of April, then I get to kind of slide into the summer schedule, and I have a little bit more variance there. If I'm not out chasing grandkids or, this, that, and the other, fishing, or, whatever you get your hands into. So,
well, James, that's really cool. And I just have to, we talked a little bit about this too. And I think we get a hold of for careers when we were talking about how great of a career it could be. It's www.dot.state.mn.us/careers for job opportunities. And there's job opportunities all the time, people retiring and opportunities out there. So get back on that website and Google careers at MnDOT.
Yeah, definitely.
So Sarah, you seem like you're really happy and content, and you kind of fell into this job.
Yeah, that explains it all.
That's awesome. And so you didn't have to jump on the website and look up careers, or?
No, I mean, when I applied, I did when I became permanent. But during COVID, they really took me under their wing and helped me still be employed. And everything just fell into place, and they're very good to their employees.
Right, and you have a great retirement, you have salaries, health care, and it looks like, too, you have a really nice apartment with that grand piano in the background.
Well, that's just the virtual background.
Oh, hey.
We'll have good options.
Yeah, that's right. James said this is a place where anyone young could jump on there and make it a career and retire, and I'm sure you've experienced that and are on your way to that too, right?
Yeah. One of the job opportunities that I kind of grabbed as an example is it's part of a TAPP program called the Transportation Associate Pathways Program. And it's a temporary entry-level highway maintenance worker, labor general type of thing, full-time temporary, about a 12-month opportunity. Annual salary starts around $43,000 to $49,000 a year, which is like $20 to $23 an hour. And it's just a door that opens up, and behind that one's probably another 4 to 6 doors, and in every one of those doors, it just exponentially expands. And it's kind of a cool opportunity to share with people. And I've been able to go to a few different career fairs for both MnDOT directly and also our Veteran Employment Resource Group. And we also have done one. We just did one here last fall up on Red Lake, and it was their first ever veteran career fair there. And so it was kind of the mix between veterans and Indigenous Employees Resource Group. It was pretty cool. I look forward to going back up there. It's a lot of great people, and look forward to expanding that.
Well, James, and hopefully a lot of our listeners know that, we really respect and our Native military veterans. And I just want to say a big peeny gigi again for you for serving. And it's per capita, we have more people, Native Americans in the military than any other community. So again, a big thank you to you.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. It's always cool to be able to share it and just, let people know that there's things that you can do, and it can really kind of launch you.
Exactly. Sara, I'm going to give you 2 minutes here. Let people know what you want them to know here in the last part of the show.
Oh, goodness. James did a really great job of summing up MnDOT as a whole. I would say that MnDOT has so many opportunities right around the door, and they, like he said, you'll always find something and another way to grow. They have a lot more to offer than just snow plowing. And yeah, I don't know how to express how grateful I am for everything I've learned.
Yeah. That's awesome, Sara. And I just want to say a big thank you for coming on the show. And James, we'll give you the floor here the last couple minutes here.
She had it pretty straightforward, probably a lot of things that I would say. It seems like we're on the same wavelength, but it's a fun opportunity. I think the thing I like the most about working for the state of Minnesota is the variety of experiences that I've engaged in. I got involved with the veterans and the Indigenous Employee Resource Groups, but they also have an LDP program, which is like leadership development program, which really is more of a exploration of all things. I mean, I learned so much about what MnDOT does, and they cover a lot more than just the highways. They cover the railways. They cover the aeronautics side and manage a lot of the smaller municipal airports, and the waterways. It's huge, and the opportunity with that comes naturally to have a great, comfortable opportunity and lifestyle that you can build for yourself and the family if you decide that's your direction. So,
well, I really appreciate you both coming on, and we can't wait to have you on again. Maybe coming around when there's some more opportunities. Get out there and go, learn more about careers with MnDOT and www.dot.state.mn.us.careers. Thank you again for both of you sharing your experience, strength, and hope with us.
Miigwech.
Thank you.
Right on. Hey, wow, Haley, another good show down the tubes there.
Oh yeah, we love MnDOT. We've had so many great people on for a guest with MnDOT.
Yeah, absolutely.
In different positions, and I've learned a lot.
Yeah, I've learned a ton. And you can't fake excitement for working for a place, and both these people were very excited. Hey, speaking of excited, happy birthday again.
Thanks, Dega.
Many more, and it's I couldn't do the show without you. I don't even want to try it, so I'm glad you're taking a vacation on the weekend.
Thanks, Dega.
Hey, we're still here. We are the seventh generation.
Minnesotans are hardy. We